So now that your New Year's resolutions are over, how did you do? Hey guys, it's Fred. Everybody in the It's Time to Lead group. How you doing? I missed you guys. Yes, I missed you guys. I haven't been here in a while, but I'm back and I'm here and I waited a whole month to be able to kind of jump back and get started because I'm telling you, 2019 was an incredible year for me, and I'm sure it was an incredible year for you, but I'm this year 2020 I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do the average thing. I didn't want to do New Year's resolutions. I didn't want to make a bunch of goals and plans. I actually took the time to really, for the whole month from January 1st on, I took the whole month just to kind of reflect. you know I'm here, I am approaching the ripe age of 50 coming this year in November, which I'm going to have a major shindig. But I see a lot of my friends that are online that have, they're turning 50 before me, and this is just a moment where I just took a whole month just to be able to say, okay, this is the new year. And as a matter of fact, when the new year came in, me and my wife, we spent the new year actually sleep. So we my daughter actually woke me up, and some people say, well, that may be representative of that you're going to sleep all year. Well, no, that's not really it. I but here's what did happen. I recognize that sleep is going to be very critical in order to be able to do anything in life. And I noticed that health, my health in particular, my wife's health in particular, is very important for us to stay on top of, stay focused on more than anything else. That is the priority. Like, that was the main priority for us. And so for us to come into the new year rested, to me, it was a good thing because it's been a wild and crazy year. You know, doing scheduling marriage, a lot of travel back and forth, and the reception, and all the honeymoon, all that other kind of stuff. And it was just a wild, crazy year of work, endless hours and endless working time, 12 hours a day, working and live, working in my businesses. And it was just crazy. My wife working, we're working on a project for this year. So it was a lot of planning and strategizing, things of that nature that we've done all last year to set us up for this year. So we didn't come in with New Year's resolutions. We came in with a plan. We came with an actual plan that we're going to execute. So how about you? How did you do with your goals? Now, for those of you who did set New Year's resolutions, nothing wrong with them, but how did it work out? Today is February, what, the 6th? Let me just double check here. February the 4th, excuse me. This is February the 4th, 2020. So how'd you do? Did you set some goals? Did you set some New Year's resolutions? If you did, please say hi. Please comment. I'm looking forward to being able to help you guys as well, and as well as being able to, challenge you. How did your New Year's resolutions go this year? It's already 2020. Have you already failed them? Have you set some goals and got discouraged? Have you put some things out there? I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to start my book. I'm going to start my show. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to do better health. I'm going to work out every single day. The average person that sets a New Year's resolution fails to achieve that within the first 2 weeks. So I kind of waited. The whole month because I knew everybody was going to set New Year's resolutions. I knew people were going to be setting all kind of goals. I already knew, but I didn't do that. We started planning for this year way before December. And now we're all about New Year's execution in the new year. So I want to encourage you guys don't get discouraged if you did set something. If you did, wonderful. At least you did something. At least you set a declaration. At least you had a vision to do something. But if you didn't make it, or you felt like it, I shouldn't have did that. Your first week, you was probably in the gym, working out more than you ever had. Here's the thing about that. I realized I didn't get this way in a week, 2 weeks, or a month. I got this way over the course of 49 years. So I can't expect, just because I set a New Year's resolution to lose 50 pounds by 50 years old, which is my goal for the year, hint, hint. that I'm gonna lose it in a month or a week, or because drinking some tea, or running out, and no, it's a process. I remember learning in one of his book called The 21 Laws of Leadership, the law of process, right? Success isn't it doesn't happen overnight. There's really no overnight success. There is a process. There's a procedure that has to play out, right? And it's those little disciplines of doing small things, making small changes. As far as food's concerned, the first change might be go to your kitchen and throw out all the bad stuff. It's simple, but are you going to do it, right? And the next thing is, once you throw out all the bad stuff, go buy some good stuff and put it in your refrigerator, put it in your cabinets. Simple, right? But easy to do, but also easy not to do, right? As far as being able to spend time with family members, some family members you haven't talked to in a long time, a long, long time. Reach out to them. Well, they haven't called me back. Well, call them first. Leaders go first. That's why this group is called It's Time to Lead, because leaders go first. They're not going to call you. They're not going to reach out to you. But if you're a leader, you recognize that some people just don't, they're not growing and developing and learning like you are. So you got to set the example. You got to be the example. Like Gandhi says, you got to be the change that you expect to see in the world, right? So maybe that was it. Reach out to more family members. Spend more time with your spouse, boyfriend or girlfriend, significant other. Spend some more quality time with your children. How about trying that? I mean, real quality time where you're off the phone, when you're not looking at your social media, and spending quality time with your loved ones. What about that? What about your spirituality? Okay. When's the last time you even read a Bible? Or scripture or whatever it is, right? When is the last time you spent time alone without anybody around you? Like those particular things. Those kind of changes are great goals to be able to set for yourself that you can do, set it, and do it over time. What are the bad habits you have right now? Do you smoke? Is it a bad habit? Do you drink too much? Is it a bad habit? Are you drinking excessively? Is it a bad habit? What are bad habits are you having? Are you getting angry too much? Is it a bad habit? Are you being, a narcissist? Or is that a bad habit? Are you being, vindictive? Right? What kind of habits did you acquire over your time being here on this earth that you want to change? And you probably said, at the beginning of this year, 2020, I'm going to do this. Then what happened? What you want to do is you want to set some real goals, real, what they say, smart goals, right? And so these goals are goals that you can set, that you can have small wins, right? You can maybe set a goal. For instance, I want to start drinking a bottle of water every single day, a 33-ounce bottle of water. Yeah, you hear that it says, okay, you got to drink 64 ounces. Okay, well, 64 ounces is a lot of water. And by the way, if you drink that kind of water, you're going to be going to bathroom a lot. But that's a goal. But maybe you start out drinking 8 ounces. If you can do 33, great. Maybe start out with 8 ounces. Okay, you're a coffee drinker. I'm a coffee drinker. Maybe let's cut back on the coffee. I had to change to decaf, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm not, having heart flutters and things of that nature as I'm getting older. And, a couple of times I had too much coffee. Instead of having 1 cup of coffee, I had about 3 or 4 cups of coffee. And heart started fluttering. The doctor said, okay, well, cut back on your coffee. See, you don't want to wait until the doctor tells you to do something like, okay, stop eating Big Macs or you're going to die. I mean, you don't want to get that kind of to that point. So just cutting back, creating new habits, right? That are good habits, setting a goal to do something different. Now, it's going to require discipline. It's going to require tenacity. It's going to require faith. It's going to be stressful. But if you are willing to stretch yourself to get to that goal, it will be well worth it. The second thing I want to share with you tonight, guys, is getting started. Some of you waited to January 1st, and you said you were going to start this, you're going to start that, you're going to start a new book, you're going to start a new show, you're going to start a new podcast, you're going to start, going on Facebook in your business, you're going to start, reaching out to your clients, you're going to start, I'm going to start. And you never got started. What happened to that? You have to start. You don't have to be great. That's what I learned. You don't have to be great to start. You don't have to have all your ducks in a row. All your I's don't have to be dotted. All your T's don't have to be crossed. You just got to be able to do what you can with what you have and just get started. Stop procrastinating because listen, it's already February. Some of you probably looked up and said, "Man, it's February 1st?" Yeah, it's February 1st, right? Now today's February 4th. It's going to be March 4th soon. April 4th, May 4th, June 4th. And you're still going to be talking about my New Year's resolution until December comes and you're going to start the process all over again. You've got to be tired of that. You've got to be sick of that. Because if you expect things to change in your life, then you got to make change in your life. There's a joke that I saw on, I think it was a meme, and there was a guy standing at a podium and a whole bunch of people in the crowd. And the first thing he says, "How many people here want to see change?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, all right." "How many people here want change?" "Yeah, we want change." And then everybody's raising their hands. Then he says, in the next clip, it says, "How many people here are ready to change?" And everybody's like, right? Nobody raised their hand. Why? Because we all want change. We all desire to change, but we're not willing to change. So I want to leave you guys with that. This is a year of change for you. You should make this a year where you not only set your goals, but you start to be able to set little wins, achieve, and take action, get started, right? And then for those who are kind of doing a moment of reflection, this is what I did last year. This was helped me um, even last year. And it's these 3 steps I want to share with you. These 3 steps that are going to help you to reflect not only on last year, but even last month for those who set your New Year's resolutions and didn't hit them. That's what this group was about. This group, it's time to lead. It's helping you to lead yourself better so you can achieve all the goals that you want so you can get from where you are, especially if you're stuck, to where you want to be. So there's 3 things that you can do, 3 questions you want to ask yourself, even as far as 2019, if you're reflecting back that far, or even in January 2020, if you didn't hit your New Year's resolutions. If you hit them, congratulations. Oh, that's awesome. That's incredible. Set another goal. Stretch yourself. Move the carrot out a little bit and be able to challenge yourself to set the next goal and then hit that, right? But if you didn't, here's 3 things that I'm going to share with you. The 3 questions, basically, that you can ask yourself as far as prioritizing your life and understanding and reflecting on what happened, whether you succeeded or whether you failed at something. Because failure is part of the process. But if you succeeded, it's awesome. But if you didn't, here's 3 questions you can ask yourself. Number 1, you think about last year or last month in January 2020, what went right? What went right? What went right? What was it that actually went well? What was just smooth? I didn't have to worry about it. It was planned out, executed well. What went right in my life? What went right in my relationship? What went right in my career, at my church, in my spirituality? What went right in my love relationships? What went right? Second question, you want to ask yourself, what went wrong? What went wrong with my New Year's resolution? How come I didn't hit it? How come I stopped after a week? How come I stopped after 2 weeks? The definition, the, the definition of commitment is doing the thing that you said you were going to do. Doing the thing that you said you were going to do long after the feeling that you said it in. That's the definition of commitment. So how committed were you? And if you weren't committed, what went wrong? What actually happened that stopped me? What actually happened that I procrastinated? What went wrong last year in 2019? What went wrong? And the third question when you ask yourself, What am I going to do differently? What am I going to do differently? What am I going to change? Who am I going to change? Whose numbers are going to come out of my phone? Whose emails am I going to delete? Whose events and conferences am I not going to attend that wasn't lined up and congruent with my purpose? What jobs or people are in my job who am I going to stop hanging around? Who am I going to stop going out with? Who am I going to stop being around and listening to? What am I going to stop watching? What am I going to stop listening to? What changes am I going to make so that I can be able to report to myself next month in February what went right? So those are the three things that can help you to reflect and prioritize uh, those areas in your life. What went right? What went wrong? And what am I going to do differently? And I think that if you write those down, just write them down and keep them with you. Keep them in your notepad, keep them in your phone, and check with yourself every day. What went right? What went wrong? And what will I do differently? Guys, I haven't seen you guys in a while. I thank you. If you didn't get a chance, I'm live right now. It's been about 16 minutes. I'm done talking. Wanted to kind of reach out. I see that nobody jumped in because it probably said, Fred, where have you been? I understand. But I'm going to be showing up in our group. I'm going to be doing something totally different in this particular group so I can get some more engagement. I'm going to be doing some cleanup. I have last year around, I don't know, like mid-year, I was saying, hey, guys, are the posts helping you, or are you getting something out of this group? Is there anything that you want me to talk about regarding personal growth, uh, communication, influence, or leadership? Those are the things that I'm going to be focusing on. It's time to lead. As far as I'm a father as well, I'm a husband again, and actually a husband, and anything about marriage, any questions, things that you can ask questions about that can help you to lead yourself, right? You may want to know how I joined the John Maxwell team, and would it maybe you guys want to become a John Maxwell team member, learn how to be able to do what I'm doing and being able to have access to teach on all these different curriculums, which you guys, because you're part of this group, you're going to be able to get access to these as I teach and take lessons, short lessons. I'm not going to be very long, but I'm going to do short lessons in the group. And then I'm going to invite you out, to be able to join either my Lunch and Learn or my masterminds. When I have one coming up this week, my first one of the new year, as a matter of fact, coming up this Saturday. If you want information on that, just let me know. Hey, Kelly, thank you for joining. Long time friend. I know you're probably wondering where I've been, but we're back in the group here and we're excited. And we were just talking tonight about, people who set New Year's resolutions and kind of missed them, didn't hit them. And I kind of shared, you can go back to the replay when you get a chance. I shared, some steps that people can really use to reflect on either last year or last month. And I purposely didn't come on at the beginning of the year with the New Year's resolutions. I didn't do that. I waited a whole month to give myself personally time to reflect because I can't share what I don't have. I can't give what I don't have. And also being able to kind of check myself, and then also being able to go back and kind of recognize some of the things that went right in my life last year, what went wrong, and what I'm going to do differently. So I wasn't about setting goals or New Year's resolutions. To me, this year, it's all about execution, right? Find out what your real goals are, writing them down, and making it happen. And so I was just talking about that tonight, so you can go back and check that out. And thank you also for all your support over the years, for everything that I've been doing, from my music career all the way down to the second career that I have with me being a personal growth and leadership trainer and coach. It's awesome. I'm excited. This is my true purpose, and I'm excited about it and what's coming up in the year 2020. And I wanted to invite everybody else who wanted to join my mailing list. You can just put your email right here. This is a private group, so be safe. You can put your email. It's a group that I have my VIP leaders that I usually send an email out to. I send videos. I send great articles. I send freebies out to them as well that can help them personally, professionally, in their life, their career, spirituality, things of that nature. So just good stuff that adds value to you. That's what I'm all about, is adding value to you. And so I'm going over As a Man Thinketh. As a Man Thinketh is a book I've been looking at right now. And it's a section in here called Man Made. I'm going to end with this. And this is a really good book for men. As a Man Thinketh, so is he. We've actually heard that. But I want to read an excerpt from As a Man Thinketh for all my men and women, because we're all formed in God's image. But this is really good because applies to both man and women. It says, man is made or unmade by himself. A man is made or unmade by himself in the armory of thought that he forges. He forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. I gotta say that again, which is so good. A man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought is where he forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. But at the same time, he also forms and fashions the tools by which he builds himself heavenly mansions for himself of joy and strength and peace. And that's from James Allen's As a Man Thinketh. And there's also a great poem in here that says, thought in the mind has made us what we are, and by thought was wrought and built. If a man's mind has evil thoughts, pain comes on him, as comes the wheel, the ox behind. But if one endures in the purity of his thoughts, joy follows him as his own shadow sure. I mean, that right there kind of like broke down. The bottom line is, yes, we are what we think, but we're also responsible for what we think. We're responsible. So it says, if we have great thoughts, then we can go up. Like we go up in our life, we go up in our spiritual life, we go up by positive thoughts. And I'm not talking about rah positive thoughts. I'm talking about in the thoughts that we have, the evil thoughts to hurt somebody, to abuse somebody, to mentally abuse somebody, to physically hurt somebody. Those are evil thoughts. But somebody plants a seed, whether it's a seed from someone who has negative influence on you, whether it's the TV or the internet or anything. If you have negative seeds planted in your mind, it's going to blossom like a seed blossoms into a rose. It's like a seed of a rose will blossom to a rose, right? But a seed of a negative thought will blossom into negative actions. And if you have negative actions, then your character descends. It says it descends below the level of the beast. It says that you have negative thinking and evil thoughts, right? Your character goes down below a beast, because beasts don't think. It says, but if you have right choices and right thoughts, and you put right seeds in your mind, and you have a true application of thought, then you ascend into God's divine perfection. I mean, that if you ever want to put a book in the hand of a man who struggles with negativity and thoughts, this book here basically tells you, yes, you are what you think, but you can change that yourself. Why? Because it says the man is the master of his own thought. He's the molder of his own character, and he's the maker and shaper of his condition. So if he's in a bad condition, he created that. He molded that. If he's in a bad relationship, he molded that. If he's in a bad environment, he molded that and make and shape that. But if he's in a good environment, he removes himself, he watches the people who's around, then he molds and shapes his own character, good character, and he has influence, and that will influence his destiny. So I wanted to share that with you guys. That comes from As a Man Thinketh. It's just a great book that I love. I've always going back to. I kind of read it every other day just to really see this. And it has a Of course, it has a biblical background because I'm a man of God. I don't apologize for that. But it basically breaks down that it says that he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open. And only by patience, practice, and ceaseless importunity can a man enter the door of the temple of knowledge. And that's from James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. I'm going to be sharing things like that in the group with you guys because I think that's very, very important that we be able to recognize those things and responsibility we have to continuously work on ourselves by personal development. That's what this is all about. It's about us being personally developed to become a better version of ourselves. People think you get rich by hitting the lottery and making a lot of money. No, you get rich in thoughts, then everything else around you will become rich. You guys got that? All right, so this is amazing. I thank you guys. I appreciate you. Just know that I desire to inspire you for more in 2020. All right, your success is my passion, and I really, really hope that you guys continue to engage here in this group, talk to each other, share with each other some thoughts. And if you got some questions or ideas on how you can become, how you can become better, if you got thoughts or questions, feel free to ask. There's people in this group right now that can answer your questions. If you got leadership issues at the job, if you got communication issues in your life, your family, your friends, in your church, whatever, if you got issues, share them. And I guarantee you somebody in this group will be able to help you. And that's what this is about, us to empower each other. Ain't about me being a talking head. It's about us becoming a mastermind in this group and empowering each other. All right. It's time to lead ourselves, guys. All right. And your success is my passion. This is Fred. I appreciate you guys, and thank you, Keller, for sticking with me and watching tonight. And I'm back. I'll see you guys in a little bit. If you're interested in be able to get these kind of lessons and things of that nature, also you can join our mailing list by sending. Just go ahead and type in your email address right here in the group. If you see this is on a replay, just put your email address right here in this video, right in the comments, and then I'll be able to add you to my mailing list. Okay. This Saturday, I got a brand new mastermind coming. If you want more information about that, I will post that in the group tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'll send an email out as well, and you'll see it. And if you want to take advantage of it, we're going to be covering a book called The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. This Saturday, it's going to be a 6-week training course. You're more than welcome to join. If you live the laws, you will achieve your potential. So this is for people who are stuck right now. Right? Whether you're a brand new millennial and you're stuck, you don't know what to do, and you haven't reached your potential, you don't know what your purpose is, you don't know what your why is, your reason for living, your reason for your goals, your purpose. What am I supposed to be doing? How can I reach my potential? This is the Bible of personal growth. If you never experienced personal growth and personal development, it's all it is just the intentional study of a particular book or resource that allows you to be able to identify your true passion, purpose, so you can reach and live out your full potential. This is an incredible book, and we're going to be going over this over the next 6 weeks. So you would want to join us. You can join our mastermind that we're having starting on February 8th, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's only 60 minutes on the phone, of course, and through Zoom. So you have an option if you don't want to be seen. You have an option, but if you want to join us, you can get registered and join us on this Saturday for the next 6 weeks. And then if not, just look out because my next training is going to be on communication in a couple weeks. And we're going to be talking about that because that's a big, big deal. Communication. And we're going to be talking about this book, right? Everyone communicates, but few connect. That's going to be the next mastermind. So if you can't make it to this one, talking about personal growth, you definitely don't want to miss because everybody connects. If you can open your mouth and talk, then you're communicating. But just because you're talking and emailing and texting, it doesn't mean you're making an emotional connection. That's coming up in a couple weeks. All right. So just stay tuned in our group and I'll give you more details about that. All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging in with me. I love you guys. I appreciate you continuing to be a part of the group. If this is not for you, go ahead and exit. It's not personal for me. It's okay. If you're not getting any value, it's okay. Trust me, it's all right. It's not personal. I got it. But I'm glad you guys have not left, and because I got some great stuff for you in the month of February and for the rest of the year. And I'm just excited. All right. I'm excited for you. My goal is to help you. You know, I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to inspire you to transform to the person that you want to be. All right. Talk to you guys later. God bless.